Robert. Hello from Florida. Hey, down here in south of Tacoma, Washington right now. How's it feel in Florida today? Oh, what's the word? Nothing much. Doing a restart, man. Been a killer week this week. Good money. Good money, good time too. Good. Got some people. Can you guys hear me all right? Somebody let me know if you can hear me. This is my first live. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I've seen it, but never done it. So chime in, let me know if you can hear me or if you just see my mouth moving. You can lie to me and really mess me up right now. Good deal. Thanks, Jamal. It's the Hitch. What's up? No problem, buddy. That's what we should all be here for. Just up in Gig Harbor. I was up in Bremerton and Silverdale earlier today, so I probably drove right by you. Robert, soon to be hotshot driver. Good luck, man. Do your research. Do your research for sure. So I can't stress that enough, man. I'm done working today, man. It's over. I've been working too long. It's kind of midnight last night. Took off. I am done today. TP. Oh, been doing it for a year. Good deal. At least you survived the spring. I think that called the week right there. Almost took me out with it. Doing a lot of transitions this spring, and it caught me right in the middle of a big move, and it almost sunk me. But we made it, luckily. All right, so first live stream. What do you guys want to know that I haven't explained yet? Been pretty clear, but haven't. Hotels. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to sleep, man. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna go to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna hopefully wake up tomorrow. What do CDL hots? You saying you would or should you? Robert? Alex keep me busy. Yeah, Alex calls me a lot. Alex has to check on paperwork. Alex wants to make money. Nah, yeah, we've been staying busy. Definitely. When I'm not at home, when I'm out here, I'm busy. That's for sure. It's why the videos have kind of slowed down. I was at the house quite a bit, uploading some content. But yeah, when I'm out here, it's a lot of driving. I just pass out basically. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot nicer in the feet you had, Anthony. Yeah, that's a clean truck. You guys post up your Instagram, Anthony. You guys want to check out Anthony's new truck. It's if you're into W9s, he's got a clean one. Yeah, busy's definitely good, Robert. Hey, from Denver. I lived in Westminster for about a year and a half out there. Thanks for joining the channel. Try to lease on as a new venture. Uh, I would if you're trying it out, I would dive in with as least skin in the game as possible. I would rent. Yeah, I don't know if I'd rent a trailer. They hold their value enough where you could get rid of one if it didn't work out for you. I definitely rent the truck and I definitely lease on. So till you find out what's working for you, or if it's not. Yeah, I definitely jump in with as little to lose as possible because you absolutely could lose it. Any plans for a 2021 meetup? With who? I'll meet somebody this weekend. I don't care. As long as we cross paths, it's fine. Not even Pro Piglet. Yeah, yeah. He pushed me last week, and this channel blew up. Pretty. Yeah, it was blood right there. Um, a lot of people. I think almost everybody came here from Topeka, except for the originals. And I remember you guys. There's 148 of you. I didn't forget anything. Watching that stuff is like, yeah, this live is weird. I can't keep up. I don't know if this hotel internet's doing anything either, but like 3 comments will load up all at once. Or maybe that's how it usually is. Need to get in touch with Toe Piglet. Best way to get in touch with Toe Piglet is Instagram. DM him in Instagram. That's about the only direct content you can get or contact you can get without giving out phone numbers, which I'm not allowed to do. Exactly as a reset. It's that hours of service rule. You can drive a maximum of 70 hours in an 8-day period without having to take a break. And then once your 8th day rolls over, you start running what they call recap, which is you get your hours that you got back the previous 8th day at midnight. Your hours come back to you, but you only get back what you drove, and then what you have left, your residual for that, what you didn't use your 70. So the easiest way to cancel all that out is just do a reset. I usually run recap, but I ran so hard this weekend that it I've got like 3.5 hours left to drive until tomorrow at midnight. So might as well start off with fresh hours. That way I can beat this weekend up again if I can get something here out of Washington. On your way to YouTube chatter, yeah, I got the 1,000 sub mark hit. Yeah, I'm still a good ways from the 4,000 hours though. But, and then I think it takes a month for them to review your account. So yeah, it'll be a while. I'm not. I make money doing what I'm doing. I'm not here for money. It'd be nice. It'd be real nice if I could make that Alex money. I could take a week off every month and be fine. It'd be paid vacation. It'd be sweet. Yeah, I'm not there yet. As this isn't my channel. This is a channel for you guys. Your diamond C air. I have a PJ. I don't have a diamond C. I'm looking at a diamond C. There's a dealership pretty close to me. Air ride's definitely the way to go, but I wouldn't do it initially. That's a pretty big upgrade. Really big upgrade. That's expensive. That'll take your 13K trailer and take it up, towards $20,000. What kind of mileage I've been running? Heavy. I did pretty good. I did a short stint out of the house. Did a 900-mile run up to PA, and then I grabbed this was 20, right at 27, 30, 3,600 this week. I was at the house for 5 days, so I was started. You recommend leasing a truck or rental? Um, I don't really know it. I mean, it would really depend on what your terms are for the lease. For the rental, I know that, front to back, but they're kind of in a lock right now because I think they said they're waiting on trucks. I was gonna actually do a video on the enterprise lease, and they told me to hold off because they're not taking new applicants right now. So between leasing, I mean, if you're talking about like from a dealership, you're probably not, but I don't think they would do that with the many miles as you're going to put on that. So between financing and a rental, it's what you can afford. Just know that you're going to be left with something not worth what you bought it for in 4 years. Uh, Never responds on everything I ask. A simple question. What are you talking about? what What did you ask? Anyway, yeah, I didn't see anybody ask anything. Not you anyway. AHB Enterprise. It's on hold till the end of summer. Yeah, I heard this fall. This spring they had to hold up too. I was actually part of that. I'd seen that somebody had said that the waiting list was a joke, and it's really not. I mean, they do have a list. I think about the Ram 5500 with a 40-foot 12K. Well, I think look at Hot Shot Dave if you want to see what trying to get heavy in a pickup truck does. Um, I don't think it's worth it long term. That's my opinion. But I think that I think when you start packing that weight onto it, you might as well just go semi or dial back. I personally don't think that it's a good plan because I know that when I go heavy, when I start pushing 36, 38,000 on my truck, which is completely maxing it out, it feels terrible. I mean, it's literally tearing it apart. You can feel it. So I would think about that, the wear and tear, not how much money you could make on it, but what you're going to spend. Found a place with Enterprise trucks. Where's that? The three locations I know of close to me is the Mishawaka, Elkhart, and Indianapolis. Yeah, I'd say 35 and 10K for sure. Until what I mean, when you outgrow that, you'll know it. Hey KB, is my trailer air ride? Air ride trailer worth the extra cost? Absolutely. I've lost several loads already because I don't have an air ride trailer. And when they post for air ride, they typically pay pretty good, but it is an expense. Oh, Toe Piglet doesn't respond. Keep bugging it. Alternatives to Enterprise. I don't know of any. Paul. Not that has this plan. The cost going in and the not having to worry about maintenance. It's awesome. And the replacement. I don't know who else does that. I don't think like a Penske or Ryder does that. I haven't looked into it though. I haven't had to. I mean, the Enterprise is what I was introduced with, and I went with it. So let's see. Wouldn't want to have more than 12K on the day. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Jason. Once you get above 12K, you better have it in the right spot. And sometimes you don't have a choice of where to put it, and you start feeling it. It starts beating you up. You can tell it's beating the truck. That's why I love the Enterprise. You know, 'cause when that truck starts getting busted hard on these roads, I just smile. I was like so happy. I'm not buying this thing. Okay. With my setup, do I have any DLT pull the measuring tape out? No. And I'm going to do a video. It's kind of I don't want to run it right now. I have a old military pal that works the scale where I live on Interstate 24, and I'm going to try to hook you guys up with a absolute inside everything you could possibly imagine of the scale house. I have to talk to him, clear it with his post, and that will be go hopefully next time I'm home. So no, I haven't had anyone pull it. I've had tape pulled on me one time, and that was in Florida. Not in hot shot though. That was semi. Sorry, company. Use. If if the enterprise game wasn't available, which I mean to you, if you're not in it right now, it's not. But to me personally, and this is just me, if I couldn't at least throw down half of that truck and then toss the rest at it within 12 months, I mean, I really don't think buying a truck's worth it because you're literally gonna just destroy it. Which I mean, price wise though, I mean, I guess in a 4 year period, you would technically pay about, close to or a little bit more than the purchase price of that vehicle. But With the enterprise, you're not paying for all the repairs, all the repairs that are going to come with once that powertrain warranty is over. It's going to be straight to the bank with that thing in a bad way. Seen trucks with a VIN number. Do you know what that is? Yeah, a lot of these companies just post like the last 6 or the last 4 of the VIN. It's just a company choice. It's not mandatory. Have I ever been drug tested? Yeah. Why? Rider leases, but your DOT needs to be 2 years old. Awesome. I did not know that. Yeah, Benny's got a good point on that. The depreciation. Have to think about that stuff. Auxiliary fuel tank. I think that's a great idea. You can capitalize on when you run across real cheap fuel, like depending on the state and your fuel card too. If you get a really good discount, you can drag that fuel around and wherever. And like where I'm at in Washington right now, that fuel's pretty high. So that's when you can start to dump that in the tank. You don't have to buy fuel out here. I think an auxiliary tank's a really good idea. I would have one, but I don't know. It's Enterprise kind of frowns on that because you have to run it into the truck and all that. So I mean, you could do it. I'm also having the Ford now. I am actually. That's another reason I'm in a hotel because I got to get an oil change tomorrow. I'm at 28.6 right now, and I've not had a single issue out of it. I'm actually really shocked because I was never a Ford fan until 3 months ago. I just got an Enterprise truck and I lease under Tow Pig. Also, if Alex is still watching, um, I would say for you to go to the website. I think he may be looking soon. I'm not going to speak for him. Robert B, where's my review? What review are you looking for? Did I pull any RV campers? No. I just went straight from a big truck to a hot shot. I was around hot shot since 2018 with Josh D. I don't know if any of you guys ever saw him or remember him, but I was actually looking into hot shot. That's when I ran across Josh D. But then he said that he was looking for a semi driver, and that's when me and him connected. Same setup as me, 66.5 feet. Do you have a hitch plate inside or is it just a ball in the bed? Say, because mine actually has a plate and the ball is 3 inch off center. So if you have it towards the cab, I clear 65 feet. If it was turned around, I'd be half a foot over. 17,350, 180. Oh, you're selling a truck. 40K. There you go. Some of you guys. It's a lot for almost 200,000. And stay on the highway. That's right. Yeah, you get auxiliary fuel. Yeah, you can. It's a whole lot less stops. Videos are helpful. Thanks, Big Jim. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to get it out to you guys. Auxiliary tanks a must. You'll save so much time. Yep. Yeah, time saver, money saver for sure if you use it right. So, Tow Piglet to get a CDL. I don't think he's ever going to get a CDL. Honestly, I really don't. He actually made a joke about that the other day. He said that's why I was telling him he was getting a CDL. I said, really? He said, no, I'm never going to get a CDL. What made me choose this profession? Oh man, I mean, I was always interested. I grew up, in Kentucky and stuff, and you'd always seen a lot of my friends' dads were truck drivers and stuff like that. I was, as far as the driving profession, and a lot of jobs I had involved driving. I was a mud man for oil rigs for a while. I'd drive, all over. That's when I lived in Colorado. Um, Then I did cable in Maine. I lived in Maine for a minute, did cable. And I mean, you're driving, you're putting in like 300-mile days out there. That place, it was always driving. I wanted to jump in the semi and see what it was like, and or drive commercially, I guess just to say. I liked it, and then I got stuck doing it. Then I hated it, and then I came across this, and it's I don't have any regrets yet. I think I think you can make this work pretty easily. 171 on a 350 dually. 171,000 in 24 months. That's not bad. Not killing it anyway. Not saying financially. I'm just saying you're not driving. You're not pulling an Alex on your truck. You tried to do that in a year. So please do the live that way we can ask. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I mean, I've spent a lot of time, and it's been so hard out here. I've been trying to respond to all of the comments on my videos and stuff, and it's starting to get not annoying or anything. It's just it's driving as much as I have been this week. It's really hard to stay on top of it, but I try. Trying to non-CDL drivers have to do IFTA now. No, IFTA is just for a portion over 26,000. What's the website? Topiglet.com and go to the connections tab. Oh, the lot lizard repellent. Yeah. Robert, like I said, man, I haven't seen them. This has been great. I mean, I used to sit inside the truck when I first started and just sit out there and people watch, and you'd see them running around all the time. But now, I mean, I don't even have the truck in park. I'm throwing the shades up, and I'm ready to go to sleep. I don't even care about people anymore. Truck stop is so terrible. Question about on authority LLC. Can I use social security number? I need to get a separate number. Regardless of whether you're doing your own authority or leasing on, I would, with the liability involved, I would separate my business and my personal matters. In that sense, it's not that much more money to potentially protect yourself, and in case something bad happens, and that's either way. You could, I mean, if you're running sole prop and you get in a wreck and kill somebody, going out to eat, not even at work, not even in your work vehicle. If that business is tied to your social, it's going with it when they see you. So it's protection both ways. I think a 250 is better with non-CDL. I probably would do it. I think I would, if I was doing non-CDL, I'd probably drop down to a 2500 or an F250 and pull a 32-foot trailer. For tax purposes on the LLC. Okay, is that what you're asking about, Robert? Yeah, LLC is a good tax break. So is S corp. Situations, unfamiliar areas off highways. I've actually started to see new things since I've been doing this because yeah, I have gone a lot more different places than I used to. I mean, it used to be, I wouldn't see anything new. I would drive it not as much as I could because I don't care anymore. I had seen the entire country, and it was not impressive anymore. But yeah, now I'm actually getting to see new places because these delivering some of these places to farms. A lot of military bases and stuff. It's pretty neat. It's okay to be a Kentuckian. Yeah, I went to school in Marshall County, Kentucky, so I can't read. Started 250, realized dually was better. Yeah, I actually, when I first started this enterprise program, they had thrown me in a 250 because that's all they had. Or no, it was a 350. It was a 350 single wheel, and I thought I was going to kill that thing. I could almost put no weight on the neck of my trailer. Own satellite internet company. You do cable too, yeah. Yeah, I don't miss. I mean, I'm a lot heavier now than when I was hanging off 32-foot ladders and ice. But yeah, it's an interesting job. I just couldn't stand the people. I couldn't stand being in their homes. People are disgusting, man. Unhealthy lifestyle, eat healthy, exercise. Seem like a life like that will drain your soul. If you let it, it will. Ladies of the night, yeah. Ladies of the day or night, I don't think they really keep a schedule. Hey, Ratman, yeah. I appreciate that. Big time YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how chat works. I'm sitting here scrolling, probably looking like an idiot right now. Yeah, yeah. Trying to make things happen. See if I can answer this stuff. It's a lot easier to answer these questions doing it like this than to sit there and try to text all the time. Once you go do it, you'll never go back. That's right, Robert. Try to get insurance in Florida. Prices are ridiculously high. I was actually the person I was leased onto from before COVID, but was out of Florida, and yeah, it's very high, very very high. That was about $600 higher than what I'm paying. Like a long bed dually, yeah. I like the long bed dually because I can throw my dunnage in there. 8 foot fits right, fits perfect. Out of Florida, West Palm Beach. Yeah, you got a good train facility over there. You get those AC units. They sell a lot of oversized out of there. You're trying to wait for who to drop another video. Oh yeah, update. Yeah, speaking of dropping videos, I have an appointment for basically an interview with my insurance lady tomorrow. And I'm gonna fill you guys in with anything you might need to know, top to bottom, on commercial insurance. Do primarily boats. Yeah, boats pay good. Can't pay good. You can stay in Florida and just haul boats. You could actually you could live in Florida and never leave and make good money. Uh, West Palm Beach car free. I hauled free. Shout out from Houston. What's going on? Salem 62. Houston. I don't miss Houston. Houston's too humid for me. Funniest story I've ever got from this career. Oh God. I don't know if anything's funny anymore. It's almost sad and annoying, like everything. uh, I would really have to think on that, Paul, because I don't uh there hasn't been much humor lately, and this is you just get so glazed. Just everything. It's just you don't even pay attention anymore. Funniest story. I remember the first time I saw a pair of shitty underwear hanging from a tree at a truck stop. That was neat. Signs of the times right there. Oh, and back to the lot lizards. Yeah, I did see right when I first started driving, there was a pregnant one bouncing truck to truck in Little Rock, Arkansas. Two for right there. Someone post a website for enterprise commercial. It said if you search enterprise truck service, it'll get you the numbers up there in Mishawaka and um, Elkhart. but they're just going to tell you they don't have trucks right now. That's why they told me to hold off on the video I was going to do, because they really can't. They can't do anything but tell you to wait, really. Same in Texas, 3 weeks in testing. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can never leave Texas, too. Yep, Texas is like its own country when it comes to freight. It's actually hard to get out of Texas to come back east sometimes. I'll do an insurance video. Yep, I'm getting all the info for that tomorrow, and I'm gonna piece that together. That's actually probably gonna be the next video that I drop, and it will probably be tomorrow night. Honestly, the other than pay, it's really too risky. Not yeah, liability. Yep. Yeah, or you could look at Robert. You could try to look into remote offices, and if I were you, if you're down there in Palm Beach, I would try to look towards Mississippi. Really cheap. Biscuits and mustard. Yeah. Could do some more slang blade videos. I might. I might. Got quotes and enterprise trucks, insurance, and a lot of other things today. Wanted to compare. Oh, really? Where are you? What state are you looking at insurance in? Usually, I found that the premium will be cheaper than your quote if you can give them your ELD vendor. It's almost like I don't know if it's almost like a discount, I guess, if you can bring that up front. Yeah. What do I got? Oh yeah, eight. I didn't even see that. Okay, yeah, I didn't even see there's 27 people in here. I've just been trying to keep up with the comments. No problem, guys. So yeah, in the that's that little suggestion box video I did, the insurance really stood out because that was one that as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, because I haven't seen it explained very good, and I've shopped around several times before, and if you could just give bullet points to take to somebody to really know what to cover, that would help out a lot. But like I said, I'm gonna get deep on this one. It's gonna be I'd be surprised if I leave anything out because I got a ton of questions to ask her. Moving to Indiana, yeah, Indiana's a cheap state. I don't think there may not be a income tax in Indiana either. I'll check that out. Have I ever been to prison? No. Just buy the trailer and insurance. Yeah, I would that's exactly what I did. I rented through Enterprise. I bought the trailer because, like I said, the trailer is going to hold value unless you're told they win. Enterprise will send you the info back on the lease program. Yep. Yeah, they'll send you a little questionnaire that you fill out. Indiana, pull 60K on an RV, then hot shot. Yep. You'll be right there at it all. There's a ton of RV haulers out there. Republican or Democrat. I've never voted in my life. Ken Klein, ever. Progressive quote me 25K with half down and the other half in 30 days. They want half. Okay, so they want you to pay the entire policy up front or within 30 days, I guess. the lady I'm getting all this. Yeah, that's terrible, dude. Don't do that. Unless you got it. But yeah, 25K, dude, for a truck and hotshot trailer. Yeah, that's more than twice as much as it should be, man. Um, yeah, the insurance that I use, or that I'm gonna use, it's gonna be 20%. You pay 20% now, and then the residual is divided by 10 months, and your last 2 months are pretty much no payment. You basically just save up for another down payment. I'd be having a bad day to have to tell people that their policy to hot shots 25K. Yeah, it's more than a bad day. I want to change job. It's terrible. Sit around and gig people. Seems like a terrible way to live right there. All right. So we got, okay. So let's see, what did I cover in that? I don't even remember making that video last night at the fuel pumps. Okay. I got an insurance video coming, went over the weigh station thing. I had that idea last night. I got yanked into every single weigh station open last night, paperwork and everything. No inspections. I just wanted to waste my time. I was sleeping in your hot shot versus a semi. At first, I was really thinking that I had screwed because I did not sleep good in it at all. But I'd say a week and a half to 2 weeks in, I sleep fine in it now. It's just, I mean, you got to kind of find your way to lay in it. Like I'm 6'1", Alex is 6'4". He fits in those. I mean, you have to find that way. You got to fold some seats forward and figure it out, but you'll get it. Yeah, I sleep perfect in that truck now. I love sleeping in the truck. Credit. I gave the wrong quote. I don't know what is. I mean, it depends on how it was pieced together. But yeah, it sounds like he screwed something up. Double the average in your neighborhood. Yeah, yeah. That's where that multiple quote policy comes in right there. That's just outrageous. That's where was it? That 25K. The semi truck policy I had is $140,000 truck with a $36,000 trailer, $176,000 in liability, and it was only 23,000, and that was still high. Truck stop or rest area for overnight. I'd pick rest area with a truck stop in front of it because I have to have coffee or I will freak out. I don't like parking at truck stops at all. I don't like smelling what they smell like, and I don't like worrying if the front end of my truck's going to get ripped off every day. Aggressive is expensive, yep, but it's about the only people that'll take you on in your first 2 years. What trailer would I recommend non-CDO? I mean, I can really only like I said, I'd do 32 if I was a non-CDO, because that extra 8 feet, yeah, you could get 40, but you're that's putting some weight behind you now. At that point, you're dropping maneuverability. I don't know. I just think that it just seems like a 32 is a better fit for non-CDO, but Alex seems to be making it work. He could prove me wrong. I think that's too long of a trailer. I don't know if that's where some of his issues with tires is coming from. Stick around till Piglet be selling one of his soon enough. Yeah, one of his trailers. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. The way these things get busted into the ground all day long, I don't know how those single axle trailers even hold up. Even the short ones. I'm happy to have duals on mine. It seems sturdy. Do I miss the fridge? Yeah, I do. I miss yeah, I miss being able to make a sandwich. That's like all that was in my fridge. Just that and having cold drinks. Um, really, what I miss most about the truck is just like the room. You know, like changing clothes and stuff is definitely a lot easier inside of a truck. But after that, I mean, when you're either sitting in at the driver's seat or you're laying in the bed or sitting on the bed, you know, it's all the same. I mean, it's a lot of it's a high payment just to sit around in something. On CDL, run a custom build from a small welding shop. Progressive, yeah, progressive. Yeah, for the first 2 years, it's probably who you're going to end up with. Alex runs trailers hard. Yeah, he runs everything hard, even himself, unless he don't want to admit it, but he sure does. And it's not healthy. I'll tell you that after. I mean, I'm 11 years older than Alex, and I did it. I wasn't doing it at his age. I started doing this when I was 20, 28, 27. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it is his age. Jesus Christ. Convince Alex to the CDL. I tried to. He don't want to do it. I don't know why. No idea why. So he shocks me with some of those videos he drops out. I just think he's right there at it. It just ends up being clickbait, I guess. How many days a year do I think I'll be away from home? I end up spending, I'd say typically about a week a month at the house. So however many days that is. I didn't really get to do per diem all year last year. So I didn't actually add that up last year. The room factor. Yeah. Yeah, you're super limited in a cabin. I'm in a hotel because I was just tired of it. You run team? No, I could probably never drive with anybody. I can't even ride in a vehicle with my wife without freaking her out. I'm not a good passenger. I've been driving too long. Good fuel card recommendations. EFS, the TSD EFS card was amazing until they dropped Pilot, Flying J, and Loves. I was actually getting fuel. I got fuel for 97 cents a gallon in Oregon this spring, and they dumped Love. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, that card was on it, and then they dumped it. I don't know. Um, It seems like right now, without having to run mom and pop shops or TA and Petro, but I honestly can't stand either one of those anymore. They used to be awesome. And what's funny is I did a top 10 video on truck stops, and that's almost all they are. But yeah, I don't know. I can't stand those places anymore. Ever since they bought each other, they've gone downhill super bad. You can save good money with still with that EFS card, the TSD EFS card. Yeah, 97 cents. Yeah. Yeah, it was actually my fuel bill turned into income. It was such a dip. What will my next video be about? Insurance, commercial insurance. Did I buy or rent Ford? I am renting it from Enterprise. 60 pounds over the scales. Yeah, yeah, that sucks. And to get you know hopped with that, driving a CMV without a CDL. That's just terrible. Over 60 pounds. Yeah, you definitely got to. If you're getting a team, you got to match big time. Mhm. No drama. Yeah, a lot of people try to do it with their friends or cousins and family and stuff like that, and it don't. It's a terrible idea. How many flats is Alex? Something wrong with his trailers. I am not. I'm not sure. I've had 3 flats, and it was. I figured that out real quick that it was air pressure related. I had those blown up to the code specs, and it was really getting hot because all my issues were in Arizona and Florida. And it was right at the beginning of the summer, and I had them all at 80 psi cold. And it was just way too much. I dropped them down to 70, 72, and I've not had an issue since. And that was over 2 months ago. Big Macs can I eat at one time? I don't eat Big Macs. EFS still running Pilot and Lowe's. That's good to know. Yeah, because when I was on them in April, I think is when they dumped Lowe's, and that was terrible because I really like Lowe's a lot better than what I like Lowe's is you get a free coffee every time you fill up. That's awesome. I'll go for the win. Except for the pressures. Yeah, 5 to 8 psi. Yeah, yeah, and I'm right now 8 to 10, and I if I see any weird wear from that, which I'm actually not. I've been watching because I'm shocked that I haven't seen any irregular wear. But yeah, if I'll adjust for that. But as of right now, yeah, the 10 to 8 is working for me right now. How often do I stop to check out the load? If I don't see anything happening in my mirrors, I just check it when I feel low. I'll do a walk around, and that's basically how long it takes to the till the fuel pops. Unless it does it after about 3 gallons, and then you just wasted a whole trip around the truck. You gotta sit there and kick it on again. Has anybody else been having issues with that in hot shot? I've never had that happen in semis, but with hot shot, it seems like the nozzle has to be imperfect, or it keeps kicking. You can't go like full blast with the fuel, and I don't know. It's kind of that's one irritating thing I've found about. Sometimes you got to sit and babysit the pump. XLT trim. Yeah, it's the XLT driving company rig. That EFS what the HME. Yeah, a lot of people went with that TSD ASF because that was and they and the way that I don't know if you know the way they price that or not, but they actually just charge you based on what they saved you. It's like 5%. I think it's like 5% of the savings. It's 5 or 10% of how much you save. So if you saved like 50 cents a gallon, however many gallons you got, they just charge you like 5 or 10% of your savings. So that's pretty sweet. You don't have to throw up a bunch of credit on those. It doesn't matter if you use oil or grease axles. No, as long as it keeps them from catching fire. That's just all you're doing is reducing friction at that point. I like the oil because I like to be able to see something going wrong before it does go wrong, which isn't always the case, but you can usually catch a leak a lot quicker. And it's not like grease is any cleaner, honestly. I don't know if you've ever changed any bearing, the big cylinder bearings on the grease axles or just the regular oil bath axles, but it's all a mess. Good factoring company. I'd say anybody that could get you a 3% or under. Um, I don't have one in particular. Somebody that's good with what I do like about RTS is you can do their credit check on an app. What I found out about that other factoring company, there was another factoring company where you had to go to a website and you had to punch in the you had to punch in a number and it'll send you like a code to text and it's only good for like 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so good factoring company, anything under 3% and easy credit check. Truck stop reviews, describers. RTS, figured how fast you can save $200, $350 exactly. You have to stop at every scale. I use pre-pass and easy pass for the iPass for scales, but it's the pre-pass elite pass. So it's got like the Pike Pass. I can do all the Texas tolls and all that stuff. But yeah, I use that. It's I think the pre-pass for the scales is like 15 or 18 a month, and your the module for the tolls I think is like a $5 fee or something like that, and then they just bill you by the tolls. You do put a credit up on that though. It's like I think I put 300 credit on your tolls run up to 150 in a week. They'll actually just go ahead and clear your account. And what happens is your money will just sit in there until they basically just your payment is basically just putting the money back into that account. But then when you close your account, you get your $200 back or 300, whatever you put in it. Truck hoses around too fast for the bid and to release the pressure. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. What websites do I book the most loads from? Truck stop. Rapper country. I like basically almost anything they play on Turbo on Sirius XM. That's what I grew up on. That's like my high school music right there. Drive off duty on your ELD when you're doing your reset. Yes. Uh, PC is activated on this. So yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna drop the trailer and go get an oil change. On my way to see, I gotta send a certified letter and all that other fun stuff. Yes, comment. I go into small gas stations. Yeah, the mom and pop stuff. Yeah, you can make a dent in your fuel bill shopping the cheaper gas. And you do usually have to jump out and run inside and leave your card in, and there's a little bit more involved with it. You're saving money, so it's just footsteps is all it comes down to. And if you unplug, otherwise PC. Yep. When you unplug, make sure you claim that unassigned drive time. I actually got a violation on that. That was news to me because you couldn't even see on the ELD I was using. That's why I think I was gonna. Yeah, another one of the comments was covering some ELDs. There's an ELD called Samsara, and if you don't have great service when you take off, you can't actually put yourself on drive. So when you take off, it has to go to drive by itself, and it doesn't immediately pick it up. Sometimes it'll take like 4 minutes to switch on, and it'll claim that as unassigned drive time. And if you don't log out and log back on pretty much every single time that you change duty status, uh, Colorado DOT will definitely get you on it. And you earn more money on Hot Shot rather than a semi. Off the boards, I could earn about the same, but I'm keeping more in the Hot Shot because I'm paying less. It's costing me less to make almost the same, to gross almost the same money. See more or less hot shot trucks on the road. A lot of people quitting. Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos pop up about that too. And I've noticed like when I pull into a truck stop, especially since I've been running overnight, I'll be pulling in, truck stops are packed. There's like it's different, but there's freight's all over the place right now. So I mean, I don't know if people are just sitting at home trying to ride out the unemployment perk that happened or what. But yeah, there's definitely less out here. Have I considered doing expediting? If I live next to a major export or airport, I would, but I don't really live uh, anywhere close to. Because if I was going to do that, that would something like that would be like my be at the house more plan. Is that for big trucks as well? ELD log out. If you work for yourself or you work for a company that uh, isn't going to micromanage you and tell you what you can and can't do, they do allow you to PC. You can PC, but you can't abuse it. Do I live in Texas? No, I live in Kentucky. Big freight going higher due to people quitting. Uh, it did pop in June, but it does that. I mean, it pops in the summer every single year, so that's why it was kind of weird that um, this year was like last year in the summer. Despite the spring we had, you've got your high season, your low season, especially for flatbed. Which the winter being the low season, and then that's where that who asked about expedite, Tom. It's that's where you want to kick in on that stuff, or do power only for Amazon or something like that. There's a That's where you want to start running the parcels because they are alive in the winter. We'll get a few more questions on here. Do I work all 4 seasons? I probably take at the end of the year. I'm usually off. I usually only work about the first half of November and then maybe just a week or two into December, and then I go home until New Year, and then um, come out after that and see what freight looks like. But yeah, I usually save up and bust it up in October and stuff like that to basically wind down the end of the summer. I try to run the summer as hard as I can, and this year just isn't letting me do that. Oh well, you work around it. November will tell everything. Yeah, it's November's a good marker, that's for sure. But I mean, I always just go ahead and cancel the end of November and most of December on me. But I've got kids at home, and that's just I'm glad I'm glad I'm at a point in my life where I can do that. About how the year was, yeah, you can start looking back on the books and see, yeah, by then if it was good or bad. That's for sure. Recommend getting a dispatcher or self dispatch. I really recommend self dispatch, and it's not to set you up to fail. It's more so to know what you're doing and what's out there in the process. Because if you just jump straight to a dispatcher, you don't know if he's getting you the money you could be making or not, because you don't know for a fact from experience what it is. So I would recommend self dispatch, because then you don't have to rely on anyone. What do you think about a CDL holder? Okay. Non CDL hotshot. I don't think it's a terrible idea. I've actually considered it. Um, that was actually something that me and Alex were talking about, being that I was CDL and he was non. I weighed the options on it, and one the thing I was going to say, it's like, okay, well, let's see how many times I actually have to use the CDL weight, and it's been it's been worth it. I'm not saying I'm making more than Alex, but for me, it's been worth it. Always ran in a team on a hot shot. Is that something you'll consider doing? Ooh, no. Hell no. No way. Not me. That is not for me. Like if it was a husband wife gig, uh I would, that'd be about the only. I can't be that close to somebody else. No, there's no way. I'm concerned about the first 90 days. Yeah. Um, just ride it out, man, and don't get discouraged. Yeah, your first 90 is definitely gonna be gonna be a trial, that's for sure. But make your mistakes there. You know what I'm saying? Just lay it all out. Do it all then. Not like your DOT violation mistakes or anything like that, but like booking mistakes and stuff like that, because you're gonna be limited to who you can book with if you're running the board. So you know, figure it out. Do as much as you can, but don't get mad and rage quit. You know, don't just go home. You know, push through it. You'll learn a lot by doing that. What do you think about? Oh, you still have all your equipment, but just don't know. Yeah. Um, I can't answer that for you, man. That's something you got to reach down and find. No way, truck and travel. Yeah, that's yeah. Well, they're not on here, are they? Are you talking about them teaming? First 9 to get a hold of the manufacturer. Yep, yep, yep. Shop around. I'd do that right now. Actually, don't wait till your first 90. Do that while you're waiting on all the paperwork and stuff to come in. Yeah, yeah, but don't just look outbound. Look inbound to where you live too. Just as important. You start getting an out and back or a triangle going, you're set. You are set. As long as the money works, you are set. Mark Kaufman, yeah, yeah, them teaming, yeah, yeah. That was I mean, husband and wife stuff like that. It's different. I think they're expediting now. But yeah, just me and some guy trying to make money. No, it's not worth it. Thinking about starting on the weekends, taking small loads. I mean, I think you'll probably see the cost of this every single month. It's really hard to do part time. You buy on a company's name or personal credit. Um, it depends on what you set up as. You've got owner contributions that you can put into your business, which of course anybody just starting a business is going to make their personal own contribution to it. You can pay those out at the end of the year as a distribution to back to yourself. You basically pay yourself back, but um, I guess it depends on which credit line's higher, honestly. And I would probably put it on the business because if the business sinks, you can basically just write it off as a loss. If you sink, you're facing some type of retribution for it. Because it'd be very hard to finance. Yeah, that's right. Or unless you have some collateral to put up towards it. But definitely have a portfolio put together of some type of plan when you go taking a business account to the bank because they want to see that you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about and you know that it's going to work even if you don't think it. As long as it sounds good. See a guy suburban towing the dump trucks. Oh man. And see that's why we all get yanked into the scales like we do. There's a people like that right there. That's why insurance is so high and that's why this is just so fun to start up. It's so easy and so fun because of guys like that right there. Yeah, big picture, yeah. Yeah, you need that for yourself too. I mean, that's not just to show off to the bank, but that's to that's your goal. That's your vision right there on paper. It's good for you too. Best to rent a truck, not buy. Initially, yes, guaranteed. If you can start basically doing what Enterprise does, if you can get you know, a little small fleet going and buy stuff at a pretty decent price and kick it out and get rid of it, you know, and basically just refresh it every year. And, you know, if you got drivers leasing them from you and you're making money off of them and not having to worry about everything and you're only paying under warranty. The craziest tow scenario I've ever seen. Um, let's see. Craziest tow. So I've seen a on I-90 in New York. I've seen a full blown tow truck hauling the triple like the Inmans, the triple 53 footers with the tractor on it by a tow truck. That was a pretty long truck. Um, I've seen a lot of like super oversized carries and stuff like that, but some of this stuff that you guys post on like Instagram and stuff of like these ridiculous loads rolling down, I don't really ever see those. It's almost frustrating. It's like, where's all this stuff happening? I should be seeing some of this. Yeah, I already had 32 persons. Oh yeah, that's 29 now. That's cool. Uh, DOT was everywhere and left them alone. Yeah, that figures. Stand by it, run in direction you want it. Yeah, yeah, Joseph. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when you see red flags in this industry, knock them down because they don't go on the what they don't go away on their own, and they don't get better over time. And they um, if something appears bad at first, and then the next month it's even worse, it's not going to get better. That's tried and true. I've seen I've seen people lose everything over hoping. This isn't the business for hope. You got to have a plan, and you got to work. Should have got a picture of the dump truck guy. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I can't think of anything like that that I've seen. But that's pretty cool. I guess we'll do a couple extra questions and we'll wrap it up because I am going to sleep. I've been up way too long today. So we'll see if any of you guys, like I said, pertaining to videos coming up, the idea is I think the big one right now is going to be insurance, like front to back. Like there's going to be nothing missing out of that. I'm going to make very, very damn sure that I have everything. That I'm going to ask her every question that I see on here, not just in this chat, but in general. I've seen a lot of just weird questions about insurance, and I've seen questions people ask that you should just know. You know, it's like that's what's scary. You know, one of the biggest rules about this thing I would give to anybody is do not dive in. Don't just jump into this. You're going to lose a lot more than money if you just jump into this not ready. Well, eventually make merchandise. Yeah, I've actually got hats on the way, but I mean, I wasn't thinking about really selling them. I was gonna make some. I like wearing hats. But yeah, I'll make some merch. I've got a pretty good deal on hats. So if I did ever put them up for sale, I mean, they're not going to be like $40 and $60. It's just ridiculous. I see some of that stuff. It's like, dang guys, I know you want to make money, but that is stupid. Think about starting on the weekends. Are you talking about in general or only working the weekends? I've found awesome weekend freight before. So I never don't. I never stop looking on the weekend if I'm going to run something over because it's hard to get a hold of brokers, and a lot of these brokers, some people kind of get played a little bit because you'll see tons of loads being posted and refreshed like all night long, early in the morning hours, and all weekend long. But in reality, that's just a bot auto posting those loads. Nobody's really posting that. It's a bot. So I mean, it kind of you if you see something that really fits what you want, you know, it's kind of depressing to know that that load was probably gone 3 days ago, and they just kept letting the bot post it. Start on the weekends till you get your feet wet. Um, if you can put it together, yeah, but know your expenses and know what you're going to have to make on those weekends. It honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably not going to be enough. I'd like to tell you that it would be, and that that's a good idea, but it's probably not going to be. You're gonna have to get out here and get at it. Run the East Coast, holler out. I definitely will, Joseph. Thank you, man. Those don't usually ship or receive weekends. They don't usually, but there are occasions. Recommend backing in or pulling in like Alex. I don't know. Do I recommend? I don't know if I recommend anything. I usually pull through if I can find one, but I'm not afraid to take that last spot. Everybody's afraid to park it at a truck stop too. If I park at a truck stop, there's usually a reason they don't want to park there. All right, that's the end of the comments. So we'll wrap this up. I really appreciate all you guys jumping in on here. I really didn't plan to have this many questions, and I was just going to really figure out how to do live. I didn't think it would actually turn into a session, so this is cool. But yeah, thank you guys. Thanks again for the support on the channel. It's just crazy. I still can't believe I'm up to. I think it's over 1350 today. It's kind of, you know, I think the initial push from Alex and Jason from Hotshot Haulers too. He pushed me in a video, which was awesome. And I was watching his video because I'm subscribed to him and saw him say it was so weird. It was really cool. But there was a please keep doing live. I'll jump on here some more. I can't today. I'm dying. I really am. I gotta go to bed. Um, but but yeah, this is really cool. Like I really appreciate it. And like I said earlier, this channel really isn't for me. You know, this is more so for you guys to teach you guys and something for the kids at the house, you know, to see what I do when I'm not home. So give a little bit of insight as to why I'm always gone. I'm not always gone. I'm not like Alex. I go home quite a bit. I'm definitely fulfilled at the house. I don't like it out here nearly as much as I do at home. So it's kind of weird to. I'm not going to get on that topic anyway. It's just it was weird to hear him say. But anyway, on that note, yeah, I appreciate all you guys chiming in and yeah, keep up with the comments. Like you, I mean, like I said, it's kind of like this. I try to keep up with them as much as I can, but this might be an easier way to kind of punch in on it, you know. But not everybody's up in this. It's been 1 hour 13 minutes. Yeah, it's a tight window. Whereas on comments, I can kind of reply whenever, and people will see them whenever. So I don't want to leave anybody out. So it's not like I'm just going to quit responding to comments. But don't get a big head like TV. Yeah, yeah. I've seen this. You can tell a lot of people measure. Um, yeah, yeah. No fear of that. he definitely he definitely likes his channel, which I mean he grew it up. So yeah, I don't think it has to doesn't make you better than anybody else. Just makes you good at something. So we'll leave it at that, guys. We'll see y'all next time.